All right, are we all back for the final segment?
Uh-huh.
All right, here we go. So
over the earpiece, I'm gonna ask Bardak what the heck is he doing?
Aaron and I jumped to jump space so that you could keep an eye on our guest.
So there it is. So, what do we all feel should happen next? We are now back in another week of jump space.
I think that Bosk and Baranix should spend as much time with our guest as possible. You could play VR games with him just to keep him out of trouble.
Is he gonna sleep in the galley lounge?
He could sleep on the couch in the galley lounge.
And then
You know, I never even thought about the fact that you guys had a couch somebody could crash on. Oops.
okay, so I think that's all he needs to know.
You could show him the TV, how the dispensers work.
I know.
There's so many things.
Yeah, I mean, you guys have a whole week to kill.
I think we need to learn as much as we can about Smuggler's Notch. We should maybe get a map, have him draw a map, so we know where everything is. We could
Are we staying in Smuggler's?
just so we have all the data we can get.
I'm gonna ask him
All the ins and outs.
is Smuggler Notch dangerous?
Maybe we could buy some things we need there.
It sounds like a good place for weapons, Smuggler.
And maybe we could get a disguise that isn't outrageous for other planets. Or for Kavma, even. Because if we don't want to show up in our Doulos suits,
We can
but
go
if
in our...
we show up wearing tie-dye shirts and paisley pants, we might stand out even more. So getting some kind of generic, middle-of-the-road clothes that would make us not noticeable either way. So we could find out from him the layout, all the stuff we can buy, where we would need to buy it.
Okay, I would ask him that.
I think you could build a relationship with trust, you guys both, and get as much, spend the whole week kind of pumping him for, well, not pumping, just, asking questions throughout the week.
But also spending time with him.
Yeah, and keeping him out of trouble. So it'd be nice to have a map, what we can buy there, where we can buy it, what are the dangerous things, are there things we need to be aware of?
Okay, I'll ask him that.
Okay,
Place this is.
if you were to ask him just a general kind of what is Smuggler's Notch, it's a marketplace like in the Stukimi subsector, selling and buying and networking and socializing. People like myself, free traders, entrepreneurs, independent merchants, gentlemen of fortune, those types.
I'm gonna ask him, can we get weapons there?
Yeah, they have a lot of weapons, and I really recommend that you bring all you can carry when we get there.
Oh dear.
Ooh. So, how do you exactly buy things, and is it dangerous there?
Well, it's dangerous if you are dangerous. I certainly wouldn't start any trouble there, because, it's a red zone.
So, if we bring weapons, is there a chance that we cause trouble?
As long as you don't use them first.
And then, do people there have trouble with Doulos people?
Corporate types ain't allowed there. You're gonna want to take off those uniforms when we go down.
But won't they recognize from the ship, though?
How about thieves?
When we make our approach, they'll send out an escort, but I can handle them. Don't worry about it. They know me on Smuggler's Notch.
Oh, yeah. Do they have problems with hippies?
I have no idea what a hippie is.
How about buying clothes?
So, and
How
also,
about
is
is there a map? Could he draw a map for us?
Could we get a map, and is there clothes that we could buy?
Well, it's not really a place you can map, see. It's more people come from all over the place to do their various business there. So sometimes it'll be one group of people, sometimes it'll not be another group of people. But there's basically like one town, one marketplace. And then people just park their ships around the town. And and there's plenty of stuff to buy there. You can buy, being a red zone, obviously, it's illegal to even go there. So people use that opportunistically for their business.
Is there chances of you accidentally getting into a fight too?
I doubt it. Just keep to yourself. You guys are just gonna go with me to this club called Happy Jack's. I'm gonna do a business transaction. I'm gonna be walking out of there with a lot of money, and then I'm gonna give you your share. We'll go our separate ways, and may the great prophet Zarquan shine his ever-loving light on your journey. We're done there.
So, how many people there know you?
Everybody. I practically grew up there. Me and my old man. He used to take me on all of his journeys, all of his ventures, say. And so I was trained by the best. And they know me and they know my old man there.
Is there any a particular place to people to buy from that you would advise?
Oh, sure, I can reintroduce you to a few people. Yeah, not a problem.
Okay. Do any of them sell weapons?
Oh, yeah. I can get you anything you want. You're a gun guy, huh?
Yeah.
I don't have much use for guns myself. A gun is a coward's weapon, my friend. There's no way you can defend against a gun. It doesn't prove who's a better man. I got my sword, and it's managed to get me through my whole life. I have never needed a gun once.
I just have a wooden knife.
Well, I can respect that.
Oh boy. A good piece of
That
gun.
seems good. Oh, but I can't think of anything else to ask.
I'm just gonna say thank you afterwards.
Well, during the week, again, you guys are going to spend a week hanging out with Mink on the week in Jump Space. Let's see, blah, 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 blah. Okay, Mink sleeps a lot. He doesn't really care to make friends. As far as your other two passengers, by the way, this ship's getting kind of full now. Vril pretty much just sneers at Mink. Okay, how is Mink dressed? I gave a bunch of details.
Flamboyantly.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's Poxo initially seemed enchanted with this space rogue, but finds watching people working more interesting than watching Mink sleep. And by the way, when someone does try to talk to Mink, it usually ends up with him trying to change the subject to him. He tells a lot of stories of his adventures, and they seem kind of far-fetched, or at least exaggerated.
Is there something we could search the universe web for on him or the smuggler's notch?
No, this is a corporation ship. They keep you like a sequestered juror. You get no outside information, only what's on your various devices.
What are you doing out here in space?
Something.
Well, I'm out here in space everywhere, really. I had a business meeting on Brindle where I acquired an item that somebody else is willing to pay a lot of money for. So I went to Brindle, I acquired it, got on my ship, went to go to Smuggler's Notch, and my jump drive failed.
And you fly that ship all by yourself, do you?
Yeah.
'Cause it takes 4 of us to fly this one.
And this is a much more basic ship. Again, the 3 of us would know some things about a Firefly-class ship. Wash is all it takes to fly it. So,
Did you have any other crew aboard your ship?
nope, just me. I'm an independent businessman.
When are you going back for your ship?
It don't matter. If I landed on Brindle, then I gotta pay for storage and all sorts of stuff like that. Not to mention they're not letting anybody land right now, so it's just easier to leave it hanging out there.
For pirates to get.
There's no pirates in Brindle space. Brindle's much better defended than anywhere else in the subsector. They haven't seen a pirate there in 200 years. Really, there is one part that I'd still like to get in. I want to make sure that you guys have really thought it through before you go putting yourself in a dangerous situation with this guy, that you have found out everything that you feel is important to find out. If you guys are willing to say that, then we will drop out a jump.
Okay. I'm ready.
Yeah, no pressure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay. All right, so I tell you what we will do here. We will say that 7 days later, I believe, is what I've got. You guys drop out a jump.